add some more ladies, etc., etc. Everybody stands, and they're going to get their score out, and they're going to start on page 54 with "O Thou that tellest good tidings to Zion." Yes. You can hardly wait. I love it. Wow. Okay. Here again. Okay, here we go. So, sopranos, you get to start us off, and then basses, etc. One and go. Altos, guess what? You really got to open up the glory of the Lord. You hear the altos? You'll either pick up to the bottom of 58, page 58. Your solo entrance there at the end, near the end. The glory, 1 and 2.
The glory of the Lord.
You know, I was born to be an almost alto. The glory. Yeah, I mean, I just love doing falsetto stuff. But I just outsang. Don't let that be the case. You've got to give us that. You've got to give us your full voice. 1 and 2.
The glory of
Yeah, not glory, but glow. Nice and round. 1 and 2.
The glory
Better.
of the Lord.
Yeah, and as you go down, you're going to have to open up more. The glory of the Lord. For me, I'm having to go across a break. I don't know if that is so for you or not. One more time and go.
The glory of the Lord.
Much better, much better. Everybody else, look at the bottom of page 58. Don't oversing that entrance. We must not cover their the Lord. Okay? Let's have the altos start us out, and then we're going to join. Okay? 1 and 2.
The glory of the Lord.
But you do have to come. You do have to actually sing it. Yeah, right. One more time. You know where we are? Everybody got it. 1 and 2.
The glory of the Lord.
Lovely. I like it a lot. Sopranos, at the very beginning. Oh, no! Say it. Oh, no! Say it again.
Oh,
No, not now. No! Oh, no! Say it.
oh,
Oh, no! Come on, say it.
oh,
That's right. It's got to sound like that. That's all the high notes I've got. Okay, start us out. Nobody else entrance right here. 1 and go. Yeah. No attack. Oh, the. 1 and 2. Yeah. But we do have to have all. 1 and 2. Yeah, good. Do it again. And go. And the problem is you're coming out of this cold. You've been, you've got the soul thing before that, and is it two. Oh, wow. And there you are. Okay? So, let's have the basses and everybody else follow us in this time on the entrances that you have. Letter H. Page 54. Here you go, sopranos. One and oh, yeah. It's like it's through this little straw. Oh. Everybody open your mouth and go, oh. I'm sorry. I'm old and I have this Captain Kangaroo moment here. If anybody remembers the guy, you go, oh. You know, sorry, you youngsters don't know what I'm doing. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. I made my point, though. Okay, here we go. Everybody, oh. One and two. Now. The O is great. Now. One and go. That's it. Never do it that way again. Ever. Now, flip your R if you can. Arise. Arise. Again. Arise. Or use a D. Arise. If you have arise. Arise. Not arise. No. Got a story about that I'll tell you later. Too many stories. Not enough rehearsal. Let's start, please, right at arise. It's harder for the sopranos because you've got notes before. Arise. Right? That's a terrible place to start. Let's just start at the top. Here you go. Start at the beginning. That was so good. Excellent. Always that. One and go. Hold on. That's it. Good tidings, good tidings to Zion, good tidings to Zion. Just a little more of that musicality going on things like, oh, thou that tellest, not, oh, thou that tellest, good time. Oh, thou that, everybody should be dancing a little bit. It's a dance, it's sweet. Okay, can we start on the last note before letter K? Pick up the letter K. Oh, thou that tellest good tidings. Use the important words on 1 and 2. 1 and go. Oh, thou that tellest good tidings. That is not as important as tellest. Okay? 1 and go now. Oh, thou that tellest good tidings to Zion. Did you hear the difference? You know what we're asking for. You know, otherwise it's just this sort of bland blah, 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 blah. You know, it doesn't make any sense textually or phrase-wise. Once again, that was good. That time. 1 and 2. Oh, thou that tellest good tidings to Zion, say unto the cities of Judah, behold, dance, behold, the glory of the Lord, of the Lord. There you go. The glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Yeah, now it's going to be real easy. This tenor section is going and blowing right now, and I am so excited. But do not overkill. It's not Pavarotti moment. Okay. Blend in with the rest of the group. Boy, I love it that you got the notes. That's the beautiful part about it. I mean, it's great sound. But just don't just do the old bustigato. Last bit that we're going to do. Everybody say glory. Glory. Yeah, it really ought to have a kind of an awe. Not awe. It's very subtle. The glory, not so much. The glory, and it's not ori. It's somewhere between awe and o. Glory, and it's got the rounded. It's got your whole soft palate is high, hard palate is arched, and you're singing with all the resonance that you've got. Same thing with Lord. And everybody say, behold. Behold. Don't go behold. Yeah, behold. More of an it. Behold. Yeah. O thou that tellest the tidings to Zion, say unto the cities of Judah, behold, behold, the glory of the Lord of the Lord. And will you take a pencil and mark a slight staccato? This is the top of page 58. On of the Lord. Of the Lord. You see, second measure, top of page 58. Lord of the, cut off on the downbeat of the second beat. In other words, we carried over 8 notes. Cut off on that, and then give us a little bit of a staccato sound on of the Lord. Or just accenting more than anything else. It's not really staccato, it's more accent. Okay? Glory of the Lord, of the Lord. So we're punching it home. Okay, I don't want to over-sing it, but I'd love to start again at pick up the letter K one more time, just for all of those purposes. We don't do a lot with a lot of these again and again, because we've got an awful lot of music to get through in these number of rehearsals we have. So, pick up the letter K. Or thou. Here we go. 1 and 2.
O thou that tellest the tidings to Zion, say unto the cities of Judah, behold, behold, the glory of the Lord, of the Lord.
Now you're carrying that over, don't you? Lord of the Lord, cut off on the downbeat. Glory of the Lord, okay? Let's start at behold, the first behold. This will be page 57. That's a terrible place to start. Start at Judah. I know that's crazy in the middle of the phrase, but at least we'll get into it. Top of page 57, second measure, Judah. So we'll need a D, F sharp, Judah. Okay, you see where we are, everybody? It's the top of 57, second measure. Judah. 1 and 2.
Judah, behold, behold,
Here it is.
the glory of the Lord,
Yeah. See, that's much more dramatic, much more impressive. Yeah. Don't forget that. Do it the very same thing. Once again, same place, same thing. Page 57, top score, second bar. Judah, go.
Judah, behold, behold, the glory of the Lord, of the Lord, the glory of the
Here's a crescendo.
Lord is risen among thee.
Yeah, Handel was a man of the theater. And though this is an opera as such, it is still dramatic. So I love hearing a crescendo at the top of page 59 from the chorus. You know, he didn't write one, except that he wrote the notes in such a way that they come out that way. And it says, Allergondo, oh my Lord, no. No way, Jose. Thank goodness it's in italics. It ain't even close to being in any of Handel's scores. I made note of this fact in the letter and other places. I have just looked up on, in searching the internet, a print copy of Handel's original manuscript score, from which his part writers took the score, took their parts and everything. And you can go back and on the letter, I even took out a little photo portion of a couple of those things. That's Handel's notation. Okay, so you can go back and check all of these sorts of things. Our score is a good score for use in this case, but it does have to be doctored. It has to be improved upon just a little bit because some things have been put in there. I also used, though, a score by a man named Watkins Shaw from 1992. He was a British person, and he used the Handel manuscripts, the Tenbury manuscripts from the British Library. And so, I don't know if you talk that way or not, but I just imagine him talking like that, really. And so that's how we come up with some of these crazy things that we say. Have a seat. Have a seat, everybody. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Yes. Okay. And as I also noted last time, we need to jump into some of the hard stuff early. So, let's go backwards in the score a few pages to page 36. And he shall purify. Woohoo! Yeah. Soprano, and tenor, and basses. You got all those little 16th note boogers. Now, those of you who've done the piece before will already know about this sort of stuff, possibly, but you may not have analyzed it as such. Handel always took his 16th note runs in patterns of either 4 notes or 8 notes or something like that. So the main thing is to know the first note of each one of those 16th note units. So right now, I'd like for the sopranos to only sing, Jesse, give me a D. And he shall purify, and he shall purify, forget the other 3 16ths in the group, okay? You see what I'm getting at? The sons of good, and then go on and do what you're supposed to do. Okay, soprano's going to do it first without everybody else. Just play our part with us. Here we go. And everybody pay attention because you're going to get a chance to do something like this, probably. 1 and 2. But what I'm trying to do is establish a foundation of the direction of his melismatic writing, his fancy note writing. Okay? Good. Basic. Do the same thing. And he shall purify. And he shall purify. The sons of. You see what I'm getting at? Here you go, basses. And he. Ready? And go. And he shall purify. Oh, this is the top of 37.
Okay.
Duh.
We're doing what they did.
I'm sorry. You know what? We should be starting on 36. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. Wrong one more. Sorry. And he, 3, and go.
And he shall purify, and he shall purify,
the sons of Levi. Right. Okay. Cool. Altos are next. No, tenors are next. Sorry, tenors are next. I'm looking at the wrong part of the page. and he shall purify the sons, etc. Okay, here you go, tenors. 3 and 4. And
He shall purify
the sons. Yeah, and that's the kind of cool, stretchy legato part. It's in tempo, but you really have to connect that stuff. You've got the fewest 16ths there, don't you? Ooh, okay. Altos, you have a bunch of 16ths. Okay, here you go, altos. You know what we're doing, right? And he shall purify. Pace turn. Okay. Ready? 3 and 4.
And he shall purify.
It's low. It's goofy. It's weird. It's low. Okay, do it one more time out this, okay? And 3 and 6.
And he shall purify.
That's it. Everybody do that on your entrance and come on in the next time you're supposed to come in, okay? In other words, none of the 16th, I mean, you know,
Sing everything else.
sing everything else, okay? And the downbeat on those, okay? Here you go, sopranos. You start us out. 1 and go.
And he shall purify.
Now, why in the world is this crazy conductor doing this? Reason, I actually gave it to you. That's the structure of the piece. And Handel wrote in a style that we know as Baroque. Okay? The word Baroque really is from an ugly, malformed pearl. This was it was a Baroque pearl. It was this bloated, malformed pearl. People in the later times, namely Mozart, come back to him, I don't use his orchestra, they named that the Baroque period because it was so florid and fancy and overdone. So it became the Baroque period. It's the filigree that will get in the way of the structure if you let it. Don't. Okay? That's the difference between Baroque and classic. You don't have a lot of that stuff in Mozart. I mean, you had it, but they were doing something called the learned style. They were mimicking the predecessors. Enough of the musicology. Now, do your best to fill in those notes, but give us especially the downbeat note. Okay? All right? Stand up. Stand up. Here they go. And just a shade slower for now, just so we can do it. We want it to really lilt along though. And but right now, here we go. 3 and 4 and.
And he shall glorify, and he shall
That's Queen of the Night stuff, okay? You know what I'm talking about? No, don't. Tie it together. more time. Sorry. Am I making fun of sopranos tonight?
Thank you.
No. Four.
And we shall glorify, and we shall
That's it.
And he shall purify, and he shall purify.
One and two.
The sons of Levi, and he shall purify. The sons and he shall purify, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, the sons of Levi, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness, in righteousness. And he shall purify, and he shall the sons of Levi, and he shall purify, and he shall purify, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, the sons of Levi.
we shall glorify,
And he shall purify, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, the sons of Levi. He shall purify the sons of Levi. That they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness, in righteousness.
Yeah, the tempos, bravo, by the way. Yeah, the tempos did not change a lot between Handel's time and Mozart's time. So there won't be a lot of change in what we did last year for that. Great, have a seat, but stay on this for just a moment. Look at page 45. Most of you will remember from last year, this, when we get to this moment, we want to really build it. That they may offer unto the Lord an offering. Yeah, so carry that over as much as you can. Basses, be sure you get up to a C. That they may offer, and then make sure unto the Lord a D. Yeah, way on up there. But all of that is in crescendo. An offering in righteousness. Great. In righteousness, but not in tempest. Right? In righteousness. Good. Great. I like your 16ths. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, you know, we got a little ways to go. As usual, you'll be doubled by an instrument during those. But here's the difference. When you're singing, and he shall purify, it should be relatively light. And he shall purify, or whatever your particular note group is. Tenors and those who have those long sustained notes, don't oversing it, but it should be sustained, and each of those notes probably gets a crescendo. Yeah, okay? Don't let it die, in other words. Crescendo it a little bit. And altos, when you sing alone, here's that spot that's especially important. Oh yeah, here we are. Page 42. First of all, and he shall purify. You've really got to be thinking of the grand dame, you know. Alto, right? Now, here's just the altos. It's on the bottom of page 42. And he. One and go.
And he shall
And he. Have you watched Julia Child? you know, you get that chicken. Well, we watched that wonderful series, and the gal who does it, I've seen her act in other things. She's just a marvelous job. But she has to really change her voice because Julia Child apparently spoke in head voice most of her life. Oh yes, I'm right. So you really need your head voice there. Woo! You know, and he start there. One and sing.
and he shall
Yeah, not so much. One and go.
and he shall
Better. Again, 1 and 2.
and he shall glorify.
Now, whatever you have to do, and this goes for everybody on everything, to mark in your score, there's something that you can jot down there that will remind you of this in the show. I can't remind you of all of these things in the show, so to speak, you know? Hey there. So you must write it down or jot it or something. You know, put whatever it means to you that will get you to do that. Okay. I don't know what it means, what it will for you. I know what it would be for me. Okay. Do it one last time and all of those, and he shall purify his altos. Sing fine. There we go. 1 and 2.
And he shall glorify.
Bum, bim, ba-bum.
And he shall glorify.
Yeah. And each one of those is so that you're the glue that's holding this together, in essence. This is all, and is call and response. And he shall purify. Yeah. And he, yeah. You know, okay? So lead it. In other words, all right, let everybody go back to.
Bless you.
Yes, we can use all the blessings we can. I'd like to go at page 42, everybody. Bottom of the system. We're going to start with the alto entrance at that, just where we were, and everybody else come back in. There we go. Sopranos, take it easy on the start. You don't have to oversing it tonight. You know what I mean. Okay, everybody here, sit up, please. 1 and 2.
And he shall
1 and 2.
and he shall glorify.
Good. Okay. Or be flat. You're gonna be flat. Sorry, that's really bad. Good. That works. Basis, I want to check one place to make sure that you got. It's on a page turn, page 44. A flat. It's out of nowhere. Make sure you're down. I would put an arrow down by that note, in front of that note. Yeah, page 44. Second note, I would suggest putting an arrow down to the left of that note, in front of that note, okay? The sons of Levi. May I hear that with the basis, please? It'll be your last note of page 43. 1 and 2, basis, go. The sons. Yeah, you kind of lean into that A flat also, you know. The sons. 1, 2, and go. The sons of Levi. Just like we were saying with the tenors a bit ago, you want to crescendo any of those held notes, okay? Starting at the top of page 43, everyone. But we're going to use the alto 3 notes before letter D to get us in. Okay? And he shall do it. Right? Altos? Oh, and by the way, yeah. It's and he, and then and he. Did you notice the difference? You know what to do, right? Okay? It's not two D's. It's a D and then a C. Right? Cool. All right, we're on the C. And everybody else follow after D. Letter D. 1 and 2. And he shall. 1 and 2. And he shall glorify the Son of Levi. I dig this chorus so much. That they may offer unto the Lord. Yeah, really. This is kind of opera chorus right now, isn't it? Yeah, it really is big. Offering in righteousness. And there's another chance to flip an R. Offering in righteousness. Two chances. Okay, friends. Let's do yet another hard piece. Page, no, I don't have the page there. Yeah, good. Sorry.
Tim?
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
On page 46.
Yes.
Sopranos, it's on that high A, but it's on to the Lord and it's quarter notes.
It's quarters, sopranos. Yeah, you're right. You're asking or mentioning it as a partial, I think. Right? Yeah, we have some maybe singing it as 8 notes, and it should, yeah, so. Unto the Lord, and. Everybody see what we're talking about? Thank you. Good, very good. We'll not do it again right now, but let's remember that the next time we come to it for sure. I want to, before we take a break, I want to just take a peek at page 132. You have probably not done this one recently. According to what I see in the rotation, he trusts in God. He delight in him. Aha! Take your pencils. Page 132. Every time you get to delight in him, short. Okay? You put staccato notes over it or something. I don't know if I'm in the right key or not. Let me hear that again. Okay, right. I was in R flat or something. I don't know. Okay. He trusted not that he would deliver him, let him deliver him if he delight in him. And that applies to everybody. Tell he trusted in God that he would deliver him, let him deliver him, if he delight in him. Ha ha ha! Wow. He trusted in God that he would deliver him, if he delight in him. He trusted. I can't do all of it at the time. Okay. Right? Okay. Give it a go. Stand up on the time. Okay? That's all right. Oh, we do. Oh, yeah. He's right there. Sorry. You blended into the chorus. So can I get you a score? That's all I can say. Can I get you a score? Here we go. And all you get in this one is boom, but we'll see how that goes this time. And up.
He trusted in God that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him if he delight in him. He trusts. If he delight in him, let him deliver him. If he delight in him, if he delight in him, if he delight in him. let him deliver him.
No, we're losing count in the middle of page 134. I can understand that. Don't be afraid to mark numbers of beats in your score. I do it all the time. Not only in these scores we're conducting, but in my singing scores actually for the lovely Catholic friends that you did in we need to start once again. Yeah, tenors, don't forget, at the bottom of 133, you've got light in him, along with the altos. At the bottom of page 133, first measure, you see what I mean? You see that quarter? Light in him. 133. Page 133? Are we on the right pages? The same page?
Yeah, they just have a eighth note on the end of that.
You have, I'm looking at the very bottom of page 133, tenors. First measure, bottom score. Life in him, G, B, not C. And then it goes on. Yeah, right. But you got to be in the same articulation as the alto. Life in him, life in yeah. Okay. Yeah. Boy, it's hard to get into this one, isn't it? Yeah, it's hard. Wow. Let's start at letter A, page 133, top system, last bar, where the altos enter on the second beat. Okay. Him. Tenors, you're going to sing him, 2, 3, if he delight. Right? Okay. Bass, him, if he delight. See where we are? Does everybody see where we are? Letter A, right on it. Okay. 3 and 4 and him, if he light in him. Don't get started on your eighth notes and then forget that you're doing it.
I'm sorry.
We're starting dead on letter A.
Okay.
First B, letter A. Him, 3 and 4 and him.
If he delights in let him deliver him.
I know. I'm just trying to get you to frame it out. We're gonna take it slower later, and we're gonna work it all out. It'll be great. But on page 138, deliver him if he did. Mark those as staccato also. This is the last 3 bars. If he delight in him. No slowing down. No adagio. Zip. Take the adagio out. So it's before that, the bar before that. Him, deliver him, if he delight in him. Following. Wow. That's a front page shot I can tell. That's a lie, yeah. Oh man, oh man. Then you get gloom. I've broken his heart. You know, we're nailing the nails here, buddy. Sorry to be so graphic, but it's true. I mean, that's the beauty of it. Have a seat. Does everybody have a copy of that we gave you? Would you look at this? I want to get everybody and a pencil, and I want you to mark your scores. We're not going to do a lot with it tonight, but I want you to mark your scores so that we have this done. I'm taking things a little out of order here, Jen, so that I can make sure when I'm done for tonight. Last week we began Worthy is the Lamb, etc., which is page 237. We will do so again this year. And we go through 238 and look at page 239. Page 239, very important stuff. And compare page 239 to my little teeny weeny note stuff here on Sibelius, my music training program here. What you need to do is figure out that letter B, that mark out the last 2, or mark a line through the middle of that measure, and imagine the first 2 beats is a 2/4 measure, okay? A 2/4 measure rather than a 4/4 measure. So you're only getting 2 beats. All right, so before that you're going honor and glory and blessing. 3, 4. Blessing and flip over to page 244. Hold on to that, you know. And you're going to continue and begin on the second measure of page 244. Back and forth. Okay, so in other words, we're creating a 2/4 bar that is the same thing that we have early on page 244, but altos. Mark in the notes, or just, you know, zip on over there or something, because you don't have the notes blessing and in your score at letter B, but you need to sing it. As then you continue at the second bar of letter D, top of 244. And go.
Praising power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing.
3, 4.
Blessing and honor, glory and power be unto him, be unto him. Blessing, honor, glory, and power be unto him.
How good is that? Now, page 225. Page 225. But thanks be to God. This will follow the duet. And this is another reason for kind of minimizing. I don't think you've done but thanks be to God in quite a long time. Right? Great. All right. Sopranos, listen to the opening portion. Janice, would you play for us just the opening bit? That's it. Great. I'm going to try sight reading a little bit. How many of you have not done this chorus before? Okay. This is another one you'll probably want to listen to on the individual thing. Let's give it a go. Give it a go. Would you give us our opening pitches though, and we'll start in on our 1 and 2.
But thanks, thanks be to God, thanks be to God, thanks be to God, who giveth us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ, who giveth us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. But thanks,
Keep going, y'all. That was good. Here we go, tenors. 3 and 4. But thanks. I know you get lost in there and that sort of thing, but it's good reading. Well done. Good stuff. Sopranos. When we get to page 230, let's see, victory throughout. Try it when we get more notes, or obviously, still struggling a little. Now, but I just want to make sure that we sustain that line a lot. Okay, as much as you can. I know it's a long line. It's tough. It's hard to it's the page 230. Thanks be to God who giveth us the and then victory through our Lord Jesus. Yours is the glue now. We had altos were the glue earlier, and mark out the adagio because though we will slow it, we'll put the brakes on, but we're not going to go super slow on any of those. Would you say, but thanks? Say, ready?
But thanks.
Okay, so is the word but as important as thanks? Obviously not. But thanks, thanks be to, so put all of your emphasis on thanks. And here again, we don't have all the notes and that sort of thing, but I just want to make sure that we don't build in some mistakes. Chuck, you had a question?
I had a question about just the dictation and the giveth part and the timing. That seems
Meaning, who giveth us the, how do you mean?
how are we saying that? That's right. The timing just don't me off on that.
1 and 2, who giveth us the victory, who giveth us the victory. It's syllabic and it's a little Yeah, I can relate to that. Who giveth us the victory. It's like a little lispy, isn't it? Who giveth us the victory. Okay? I don't know if that answered you. Did that answer your question? Sorry. Okay.
That's the part I was playing.
Good. Great. I have a couple of other things I want to make sure we get done before we run out of time. Good reading on that. We'll be coming back to that, obviously. Then we page 144. And the question was, is it this or is it the? And the answer is, in Mr. Handel's original manuscript, who is this King of glory, when it's asked as a question, who is this King of glory? So if you just mark out the there in your scores, it should be, who is this King of glory? This King, this King, this King. Don't overdo it, in other words. You don't have to overdo it. This King of glory, who is this King of glory. Then, when it is a statement, bottom of page 146, for example, and the King of glory shall come in. Oops, that's not the place. It's later. It's top of 148, yeah. He is the King. He is the King of glory, as marked. There's only a question about it, and here's where this older edition kind of gets in its own way, because this Watkins Shaw version and the manuscripts say it's this in the early part, and he is the King. So when you have the option of this or the, mark out the. If you don't have the option, we won't use it. And there's another one. How about that? Oh, but sure. And I thank, once again, Brother Griff for reminding me what this one was, because I was about to forget it. Let me find my page. Sorry, guys. It's the beginning of part 2, page 104. Behold the Lamb of God, as you see it there. And the top of page 106, take a pencil and mark through every S at the end of the word sin that you have, because it's not supposed to be sins of the world, it's sin of the world. And that's the one, if you look on that little blurb that I gave you, is Handel's little squiggly. Somebody misread this, obviously. Misread this. Easy enough to do, but it's sin of the world. Sin of the world. Lots of sin in the world, I say, yes, but there you go. That taketh away the sin of the world. Everybody good on that? Just take a pencil and mark through every S at the end of that word. Every time you got it. Way good. I wouldn't mind our singing, actually, after all, a little of Lift Up Your Heads. Could we go back to that? Because we're going to have to figure out our division a little bit.
144.
Thank you for that. May I hear just the first and second sopranos at this, okay? Whichever one you are. 3, go. Okay, so that's a challenge, a little bit of a challenge. How about it, Jerry? Are you okay on the top note?
I can get that.
Huh?
I'm just, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's all right. It's okay.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to address this, because I don't want to let this go too long. It's obvious that we should do it. Let me hear all of the altos on just the alto notes right now. Lift up your hands. 3, go.
Lift up your hands, all ye gates, and be lifted up, the everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in.
Okay, now, give it a try. Ladies, if you would stand, please, and let's hear just that much, okay? 2 and 3 and go.
Lift up your hands, all ye gates, and be lifted up, the everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in.
For now, that's not a bad balance. We puts on second. Okay, there is a very bad old joke. Sorry, I know, that's a bad old joke. Okay, all right? So just remember that much, all righty? Then, tenors and basses, would you stand? Let's hear you. Remain standing, ladies, right now. And start at the pickup to letter A. Who is this king? This king, right? 3 and go.
Who is the King of glory? This King of glory. Who is this King of glory? Who is this King of glory?
Don't forget and sing the, if you can help it, please. I mean, it's not going to stop the performance, I promise. But you just mark through the in all those places. I understand. So just strike through it and circle it and do whatever you can do. Yeah. Yeah. We had much more of a problem with this last year, I'm sure, because I'm a different conductor, different approach. But I will just say one thing, that I never have assumed that a chorus is a democracy. It is a benevolent despotism, and I am your benevolent despot. And so, there you have it. That's the way I operated for 50 years, and I will probably not change my mind on it very much. May we start with lift up your heads, ladies. 2 and 3 and go.
Lift up your heads, all ye gates, and be ye without, the everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in.
Very good.
Who is this King of glory?
Excellent. 3 and 4.
This King
Good.
of glory.
Yeah.
Who is this King of glory?
Good.
Who is this King of glory?
Keep going. Good. Keep going.
Lift up your heads, all ye gates, and be ye lift up the everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. And the King of glory shall come in. The Lord of hosts, the Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory.
Walking.
He is the King of glory. 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 The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. He is the King of glory. He is the King of glory. The Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. He is the King of glory. He is the King of glory. The Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts. Lord of hosts. He is the King. He is the King of glory. The King of glory. He is the King of glory. He is the King of glory. Of glory.
Also, what I'm hearing is he is. It's as though there's a Y in there, all over the place. Will you say he?
He
Now with a glottal onset, is.
is.
He. No, say it on my feet.
He is. He is.
Let's do it in a rhythm.
He is.
Again.
He is. He is.
So you're going to have to separate those two. No yes. He is the King of Kings. He is the King of Kings. You know, sir, that's right. Sounds like Yogi Bear. Yeah, David.
At E, starting at E, every time from there to the end, every time we do the King of Glory, there is different rhythms written. Just
Yes.
bring that to everybody's attention.
Yes, letter E. Yeah, you have is the King of Glory, or is the King of Glory, is the King of Glory.
The
You
last,
have cross rhythms all over the place here.
the
Yes.
last page, 152, we're all going,
It's,
it's almost, we're all going
it's
through the
all
same
over the
rhythm.
it's all over the place. Yeah. So watch your line. Watch your line and your rhythm, especially. Thank you for bringing that out. That's a very good point. My concern is, especially, also that we would sing glory. It should be glory. Glory. Back away from the second syllable. Say it. Glory. Glory. Yeah. He is the King of glory. He is the King of glory. Say it.
He is the King of glory.
Yeah, yeah. So back away from the second syllable always. Not important enough.
What about the very last, what about the very last one?
Well, that you read. Yeah, thank you. And that, again, we were adjusting the E vowel last week also. Would everybody think in terms of more? Glory, especially tenors. You're way up there in your honking range, man. You know, glory. Okay. I would love to do in our last couple of minutes, page 151. Bottom of the page, start at letter F. F for alto. No. Doesn't make any sense, does it? No. The Lord of hosts. And I've got one other articulation thing that we got to worry about too. And now we're back on page 151, and we're going to hear how you articulate HOSTS. Wow, that's hard. We've got our G for the altos. Yes, thank you. 3 and 4 and 1. Everybody know where we are. Bottom of page 151, starting with the altos at letter F. 3 and 4 and go. That's a long quarter, but don't oversing that. Glory. Back away from that one too. You know, believe me, I'm a singer. I understand the desire to make that note. Don't overdo that note. Yeah, do the very same place. Very same place. Altos, the very first time you only have a quarter. The Lord of hosts. Get out of the way. The Lord of hosts. Then carry on. Okay? Here we go. Letter F. Everybody. 3 and 4 and go. The Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts. Lord of hosts. He is the King of kings. Stop. He is. Go back and listen to it on the tape. You'll know what I'm saying. You know, okay? Start there, right where we stopped. He is. This is the middle of page 152. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. He is the King of glory. Do it a million times. Just those two notes. 3 and 4. Just do it over and over again. Yes, thanks. You're ready for that. Yeah, he is, doesn't work. Now continue this time. Don't do it, you know what I'm saying over. 3 and 4.
He is the King of glory. He is the King of glory.
Do it that way every time. You did it right the first time, and then we got a yes again. Yes, yes, yes. Hey. He's fussing conductor, isn't he? Yes. Yes. This is my job. I've said this before. He is a fussy conductor because 95% of my job is over on December the 5th when we down. This is what I'm supposed to do. Be fussy. Or something. He is. 3 and go.
He is the King of glory.
Bravo.
He is the King of glory.
Oh, thank you. 2 times in a row. Rah, rah. Just do it that way every time now. Mwah, 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 mwah. Okay. Go to the end. 3 and go.
He is the King of glory.
Good.
He is the King of glory.
Yeah, do you hear that? That's the right note. Thank you. Bravo. That was super.